my main suggestion would be that it'd be good to look at the trade harmonization within the Central Asian region or the CAREC region in the context of continental trade. Most of the trade, the demand and supply is between China, Southeast Asia, South Asia, and Europe. And the region is in the middle. So as it thinks about harmonizing its trade within the region, it should be done in the context, it would be best done in the context of the continental trade. And with that in mind, one has a lot of examples that one can look at. I think probably the most, well, at least one relevant example to look at would be ASEAN. In 1967, they felt and experienced similar barriers to trade and to thinking as the CAREC region or the Central Asia does today. And so it would be good to learn what were the processes that went into play to where ASEAN is today, and maybe there are some lessons to be learned as CAREC and Central Asian region goes forward. Well, I think most importantly would be that it needs to have some sort of a regional entity. I do not know whatever works, but there are examples like there was in 1990, 93, there was a Central Asian Economic Council. Now there are again efforts within the Central Asian countries, and I look at Central Asian countries largely with shared physical constraints, that are their landlocked countries. And so you have certainly the Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan. And then, of course, you may have Mongolia, and you also would have Azerbaijan, Georgia, those countries on the other end. But at least the six in the middle, with Afghanistan and others, it would be worthwhile for them to come up with some sort of an entity that allows them to coordinate and represent a common shared interest, values, so that they are better positioned to optimize their particular interest as the transcontinental trade goes. I think they'll be stronger together than individually. And what that shape takes place, it's up to the countries to decide. But it would be important that the countries who have the shared interest, again, the landlocked countries, and particularly the Central Six, that they come up with their own regional entity which allows them to develop. And it has equal partnership with Russia and China and other countries, but that they have their own entity that they can deal with. And again, ASEAN would be a good example to look at. There's Nordic Council, there's East African Community, there is certainly the Gulf states, there is Southern African Development Corporation. There's a lot of examples to look at, but it would be helpful. And I think to that end, it's very promising to see the new leadership from Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Afghanistan, and Turkmenistan, and saying all the right things. Now we just need to find a way to bring it to home.